Hello everyone, myself is Lijin George, working as Associate Professor in Vedavyasa Institute of Technology. So in today's Tech Talk, I will explain about the topic hypercars. These are the outlines about the Tech Talk. First I will explain what is hypercar, then I will mention the fuels used in hypercars, then I will talk about its aerodynamic design, importance of ultra lightweight in hypercars and supercars, then some of its safety features. I will also mention some of the advantages and disadvantages of hypercars. Finally, I will show some useful references. Basically, everybody must have heard about supercars. It is a high performance car in terms of power, stability, design, aesthetics. In every way, supercars will be clearly pleasant to race. So everybody will be boast of owning a supercars. If supercars are high performance, then hypercars are extreme level of performance. Take the speed of supercars, it's around 322 km per hour. But in the case of hypercars, it is almost 402 km per hour. If we consider the statistics of production volume per year, if supercars are produced in hundreds, then hypercars will be only in dozens. If you consider the design philosophy, all the designs will be made by giving preference to aesthetics. That means supercars will be very pleasant to eyes in terms of its design and colors. But the main agenda of design philosophy for hypercars is performance. So first preference will be there for performance, then second preference for aesthetics. So these are some of the major differences between hypercars and supercars. Figure 1 shows the picture of a supercar model McLaren 720S. The figure 2 shows a hypercar model NC Venom F5. Clearly understand that hypercar is one step ahead of supercars in terms of aesthetics as well as performance. The major fuels used in hypercars is petrol. Also a hybrid engine is also used in hypercars. That means both petrol and a fully functional battery will be there in hypercars. Also some limited edition of hypercars are produced with purely electric powertrains. That means there will not be any fuel engine, only that means there will not be any fuel engine, only electric battery will be there for running the vehicle. In case of design of hypercars, we can mention a single word, aerodynamic design. That means hypercars will be high-speed cars. I already mentioned that average speed of a hypercar is around 400 km per hour. So the body will be streamlined like aeroplane. Streamlining means there will not be any friction, or only minimal friction will be there between body of car and air. Active aerodynamics means some of the body parts will be moving to reduce the drag depending upon the speed of vehicle. Wheel design also will be very aesthetic when compared to the supercars. There will be active suspension system that will greatly improve the comfortability of a passenger inside the hypercars. Since the high performing engine will always produce heat. So there will be a very good cooling and heat management system in hypercars. Normally, we will use a wind tunnel to test the aeroplanes as well as other rockets. So the wind tunnel testing will be also be used in hypercars to modify the design if needed. The main feature of a hypercar is ultra lightweight. When compared to the conventional cars, hypercars will be ultra lightweight. That means the main property of the material used in hypercars are high strength to weight ratio. The main examples of such materials are carbon fibers, aluminum, titanium, and other high strength composites. So this lightweight material will greatly improve the performance and handling and speed of the hypercars. That the safety features that is used in hypercars are well advanced. So as I told, based on the speed, some of the body parts of the hypercars will be adjusted in such a way that to reduce the drag of the air. Then the other safety features that is used in hypercars are traction control, then electronic stability control, advanced driver assistance systems, safety cell and impact zones. The main advantages and disadvantages are mentioned here. So let us first discuss about advantages. So the main advantage of hypercar is extreme performance. As I told previously, in the design itself, the first preference is given for performance. Also, in order to improve the performance, most cutting-edge technologies will be used in hypercars. Then exclusivity. That means the hypercars will be designed exclusively for its owner, and he can suggest any colors, any design, anything he can suggest. So the design engineers will be make all the features that is demanded by the owners. Then design and aesthetics will be number one in hypercars. When compared to supercars, as I told you previously, it is one step ahead of supercars. The main disadvantages of hypercars are cost. So the too expensive these hypercars, so a normal or average people cannot afford a hypercars. Then limited practicality. That means, as I told previously, the speed of hypercars will be in 400s. So just imagine if a hypercar running in Indian conditions, Indian roads, that may not be practical. Our Indian roads is not designed for hypercars. Then next is high running cost. Since this is a high performance engines, a lot of fuel is needed to run this engine. So there will be a high running cost in this hypercars. Then risk of damage and theft. So the repairing of hypercars will be too expensive. Also, all the modern things are used in hypercars. So maintenance will be little bit expensive. Also, theft possibility is also there. Since the hypercars are too expensive, there is a chance that the hypercars may be stolen. Although many safety features are there, still that risk is there. So these are some of the references that I used to prepare this TED talk. Thank you for sharing your time.